here we are. Next one is top 5 greatest Premier League midfielders of all time. Now I'm going to give you 5 names. You rank from 1 to 5. Drop your agendas. So you got Paul Scholes, number 1. Steven Gerrard, Frank Lampard, Yaya Toure, Patrick Vieira. If you don't put Scholes first, leave. Anything else, I'm ready to Alright, go on. So who's first? Who's going to drop their top 5?
Top 5. Right.
Oh, they're 5 to 1. Worst to best. Greatest level.
Worst. It's hard because if we're going, because I do these things based on what someone actually puts down. If I'm going on ability, I'd say Yaya might actually be the best because he has more than anything else. But in terms of what he actually did for City, even though he was good, I'd still have to put him in. I still have to put him in 5th because I think the others achieved more.
Okay, all right. Let's go by ability. I've never heard anyone say Yaya Toure first for ability before, which is good, which is interesting. So yeah, go on first.
So Yaya's actually coming last for me because I'm gonna go by who did it, who actually put the numbers down.
Greatest Premier League legacy.
Yeah. So,
okay, he's 5th.
So
4th.
So Yaya's 5th. Scholes is 4th.
Jesus.
Vieira's 3rd.
Jesus.
Gerrard 2 and Lampard 1.
Jesus. All right,
Can I give you a non-agenda list, please?
Yes. please go ahead. Thank you.
Alright, so
I want to hear this.
What we're saying, I'm putting Lampard 5th.
Oh,
okay.
I put Gerrard 4th.
Ooh, this is going backwards. I like this.
Yaya 3rd.
Okay.
This is difficult. This is the last 2 for me.
Vieira and Scholes.
Oh my days. I put Vieira 2nd, Scholes 1st.
Non-agenda.
What, he's a Man United?
I think
is that alright? Part-time.
You know what?
Part-time.
Wait, to be fair, I think there's a teaspoon of agenda in there.
It has to be though. It has to be.
There always is. Mine is.
But I just like purity. Do you understand? Like that's just me. I just like purity because everyone can easily say that they're players if you get me. But I think who I would choose on my team, if I was to have a team sheet out of those two, out of Vieira and Scholes, I prefer Vieira in my midfield.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I prefer Vieira in my midfield just because of what he does, and I think that's a tactical issue. I think, and I like his tackles better than Scholes.
Oh, he can tackle much better than Scholes.
Everybody in that list, yeah, definitely.
What are you saying?
So I'm going by ability.
Okay.
Rather than legacy.
Alright, ability.
So I put Lampard last, number 5.
Okay.
Apart from scoring goals, I don't see what more he offered as a midfielder.
I think he's a good midfielder. Okay. No, keep going.
Then I go Gerrard 4th.
I love this. Go on, keep going.
I'm putting Scholes 3rd.
Jesus.
And the reason I'm putting Scholes 3rd because I think I'll put Yaya Toure and Vieira above because I think they can do more than just
100%.
pass the ball.
Yeah.
Like, Scholes is a fantastic passer, but I think those two had more dribbling and drive about them. I'll put Vieira 2nd, and I think Yaya Toure, ability-wise, is the best out of all 5 of them.
That's
a fair argument. Yeah, that's a fair argument.
Yeah, sorry. To be fair, yeah, it's
But if you're putting it on top, like taking everything into consideration, legacy and importance in clubs, I think Scholes is number 1 for me. But if we're just talking about ability,
did you hear that?
Just talking about ability now.
12 Premier League titles. Did you hear that?
Yeah, and he was the passenger in the team.
Yikes! I'm sorry, what did you say?
Let's take it back and let's.
No, wait. You had to turn. Drop your turn. Go on.
I think all the non-Chelsea fans put Lampard last, which I do as well. Gerrard 4th.
Sorry, don't make it like a thing that non-Chelsea fans, because I think that's just the truth. Lampard.
Oh, no, I agree. If it agenda, no agenda. Lampard's always last on that list.
Fitness aside, yeah, and probably just a little bit of technical ability. I think that's all Lampard. Honestly,
no ability.
An average person can rate their ability towards.
Not an average.
He has a
in that list. I get it, but he probably is the least of abilities. But sorry,
I think the semi-pro baller's better than Lampard.
How can you laugh at that? No, it's not insult.
I think there are semi-pro footballers that are better.
Wow!
Oh my God! You lot. Nah. I'm not insulting him. That's
that's what he believes in.
I'm going to
finish.
I understand where he's coming from.
Finish.
No. Here comes from nowhere, bro.
I love this game. Go on.
What is it? Lampard 5th, Gerrard 4th, Yaya 3rd, Scholes 2nd, and Vieira 1st for me. I said this on the Free Midfield podcast, and I'll say it again. Vieira is probably the most complete midfielder the Premier League is ever going to see. He could do everything. No, 100%. I totally believe this. He could do everything that all the players beneath him could do, and the only thing that he could do better than everybody else on that list is defend. And he controlled that. If you're talking about a player, I mean, when Arsenal were playing, the spine of that team obviously was, if you want to mix in Adams or you want to mix in Sol Campbell, Seaman or Lehman, Vieira, ever present in all those teams, Henry, Bergkamp. And what Keown said, I think, was on like a Sky Sports interview, I think, talking about Henry. The football they played was so simple. All they needed to do was pass it through the middle. Get it from Adams or Sol to Vieira. Vieira would lay it off to Bergkamp, and they'll give it to Henry to finish. And the thing about Vieira is, in his 7 or 8 years that he played for Arsenal, his lowest ever league finish was 2nd. And that is a man that's been ever present in that team. Regardless, 3 Premier League titles in 8 years, no position lower than 2nd. Could do everything those players in that list could do. Sometimes, in my opinion, better than quite a few, especially Lampard and Gerrard, to be honest.
It's starting to sound like a best man speech. I get you.
You get me? Okay.
I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. That's
no, good. You know, that was beautiful. What was it about him being a passenger? Sorry,
jokes.
Who's a passenger?
Can I get a few minutes to go through the Scholes?
No, you got 30 seconds.
Can I go through the Scholes myth?
Okay, go on.
Let's not forget Scholes was a failed striker. Yeah.
This is a failed striker.
No. Pretty sure Lampard's
a failed striker.
No. Scholes started his career. He was a failed striker. Yeah. Then he was a very good goal scoring midfielder. Yeah. At the time, probably the best goal scoring midfielder in that era. His passing range when he was younger wasn't as good as it was towards the later end of his career. That's something he developed. It wasn't there, and like Lampard and Gerrard came and surpassed him in the attacking midfield, in the goal scoring midfielder stakes. If you look, because if you're going by goal scoring, you're talking about stats. They did better. Yeah. Then you hear he went through a period where Fergie was trying to replace him with Varane. So obviously, if he was that great and integral to the team, he was trying to replace him.
You know, keep going.
You could also argue the fact that Sven-Goran Eriksson had to shift him to play, had to sacrifice.
That was next. If you're going to use an example, if you're
Sven-Goran Eriksson,
if you're that good, that was next.
Sven-Goran Eriksson.
And then
you're on camera, young man.
And then tiki-taka kind of came into fashion. And then everyone was like, oh, England don't have anyone that could do that. And then they're like, hold on, we have Scholes. And they've kind of created this myth that Scholes was this great, amazing player who did tiki-taka, attacking football, who did everything. But when he was actually there, he wasn't doing that. That's it. In the early part of his career, he weren't playing those passes. And what I would say is, in terms of that deep line attacking midfielder, Pirlo's better than him. Jarvis better than him. Okay. Yeah. What I'm saying is, he's not. Where I'd say is Lampard for me is probably the best goal scoring midfielder of all time. Yeah. Scholes is probably the fourth or third best goal scoring midfielder of all time.
That's fine.
Maybe the fourth best deep line central midfielder of all time. And also, what Scholes would do, in the big games, it was Keane that showed up for United. It was Beckham that showed up for United. Lampard has got goals, Champions League finals, Champions League semi-finals. Scholes will just sit from the back and control the game. Everything you can't quantify.
That's not fair. you just mentioned finals. You just mentioned finals.
Yeah.
And then Scholes had to sit out of the final.
Scholes didn't have to sit out, but
but it's just not fair. No, just certain things you're saying.
But why? You know, okay. So he got suspended. Fair enough for the Champions League final. But there's been massive games where Scholes just sits at the back. If Man United do well, then they'll show this montage of how many passes he made. If he does nothing, and if Man United lose, then it's not talked about. And he was just missing for the whole game.
Missing.
Missing.
It's
very easy to play passes. Micolli plays passes from the back.
There's certain midfielders you mentioned.
Yeah.
Xavi, Pirlo, etc.
Yeah, I know they all mentioned him.
No, listen to him.
I know they all.
I was gonna ask you. No, because it's not like they're trying. But there's others that they could say that they can mention. Right?
No, but what
I was gonna ask you who's a midfielder's midfielder.
But what happens is, I mean, like say David's for instance. David's always talks about Scholes, but he hated Keane. If you actually look to the battles, it was actually between Keane and Davids. Because he hated Keane so much, you put a camera in front of him and say, who do you think is the best? You know, everyone talks about Keane, but I'm going to say Scholes.
It's
politics.
That's enemies. That's enemies. It's
a political thing.
Listen.
I think there is a myth around Paul Scholes. Don't get me wrong, he was very good, but I think there is a myth around.
I think there is a myth.
Maybe
not to the extent.
Not to that extent. You see, this is
he's trying to create a big stench in the Exactly. I mean, which isn't right, and that's because he's burning because of Lampard. Can you give a great monologue on how dead Lampard is?
Let me take control of that.
No. You had your time. You said a few minutes. It's his turn.
I just say, out of all of them, Lampard has the least natural ability.
100%. All Lampard did was score goal. His short passing range was terrible.
No, that's not fair.
It wasn't great. How many short passes did he make? And even
everyone
it wasn't great.
What was it that assist against Bolton, wasn't it? Where
he flicked it kind of.
Yeah, flicked it. But that's all he did. If it was just all he did was long balls to drop down. Let's be honest. His passing range was not great. His movement. All he was off the ball movement. His controlling of the game was terrible. I wouldn't even consider him a midfielder.
Is he controlling of the game? He did that for us.
He did.
Did he control for the game for us?
Number one.
That's the reason why when Lampard got older, he was more exposed. You saw it. He couldn't control the midfield, and that's the reason why.
When he got older, he won the Champions League.
But
congratulations.
As a midfielder, the older you get, the wiser. Like that's the reason why Xavi looked at his age, looked so great. That's the reason why Pirlo at his age, because then they just rely on their ability. Lampard, as he got older, didn't have that to rely on, which is why. Went to City, barely played any games, and ran off to America because he couldn't hack it at that top level.
No, City.
Let's not talk about City. I don't
really.
It's not fair to mention City.
Listen.
That tells you a lot that they couldn't rely on him to control that midfield.
The thing about Scholes that you mentioned about him not being one of the best, like being surpassed as an attacking force by the other two.
Yeah,
I agree with that. Lampard was a pure goal scorer. The guy's his movement in terms of getting on the edge of the box at the right moment and hitting it was second to none. He was fantastic at that. Gerrard was just Liverpool's leader. He played around a load of trash. He had to do his thing. If you had Toure, he had Suarez. He supplied them, but he had to do his thing. He had to score goals. He had to create. That's fine. The reason I feel people get so confused about scores, and the reason I don't use stats, is because every time someone comes to me about stats, I'm saying, all right, cool. Is Zidane worse than Lampard? No. Okay, how many scores did Zidane score? Okay, alright, boom. So I think that's fair. That's why I don't jump on stats. Iniesta doesn't score better goals. Modric doesn't score better goals. But that's why I know stats. But anyway,
I can go to games where I could say Zidane won Real Madrid.
No, and that's fair. And my argument to that would be Scholes was the one constant in our midfield throughout ever-present changing teams. He mentioned Vieira. Lasted 2 years in Man United, 1 year in Chelsea, got shipped off. I ain't trying to hear it. Anderson had 1 year at Burgers, got big. He sat next to Carrick in midfield. Hargreaves couldn't stay fit. Scholes was the one constant in the midfield, controlling. Whether it was deep lying or sitting, he was the main constant in winning Premier Leagues. He even retired, came back, was the constant in the midfield again, and won a league title and retired with Sir Alex Ferguson. That's kind of key. He was now a component to United. Now, you're talking about Champions League finals. 99, I can't remember if he played that one. I think Giggs played centre midfield and someone else did, so I think he didn't play that game. 2008, when we were playing you guys, after you scored your goal, there was a period of time where you guys just started just running, coming after us, you're killing us. And he said, I'm bringing on Paul Scholes. Killed it.
Why didn't he start Paul Scholes?
Because at that time he was trying to like bring in, you know how Ferguson does, always tries to build new teams. Over and over, and at some point, but listen, but he did the same thing. Ryan Giggs played till 40, but how many times did Ryan Giggs start games? It's about managing the players properly. That's the kind of thing he always liked to focus on. Sir Alex Ferguson, he was always saying, I can't keep playing this guy over and over and over because these guys need to be replaced at some point. Andy Cole wasn't finished at Man United, but at some point go to Blackburn. We've administrators in the house now. That's kind of thing that he does.
But this is the thing.
And that's why Scholes was so important, because...
This is what I say about the myth, though, because there's no... Pirlo, if Juventus in the Champions League final, Pirlo's playing. You know what I mean? If Chelsea in the Champions League final, Lampard's
who's going to start ahead of Pirlo?
But who started ahead of Scholes? Who was it?
It was Anderson and Carrick in their best
Anderson!
season. No, yeah, Anderson in that year.
Anderson was good.
Anderson in the year that he wait. Go back and watch him control Gerrard and your Lampard. No, let's not do that. Let's not do that. You got beaten. He got controlled by a 2-year peak burger eating, cornrow wearing.
I'm sorry,
Anderson. You got controlled. Anderson wasn't anything, but he still controlled your Lampard. So let's not talk.
Lampard was,
at the end of the day,
Lampard was always going to get into that Chelsea side because he scored the goals.
And that's the thing. Lampard was a constant. Gerrard was a constant. Scholes was a constant. The reason that those three are constants is because no matter where Vieira came to do or what. At the end of the day, as long as these names came in, at some point they all got replaced. If you want to question Alex Ferguson, why did Scholes not play? Berbatov was our top scorer in 2011, then he got benched for a Champions League final. That's just bad decision making.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is nobody is saying that Berbatov was the key part of the team. So when I say that Scholes...
Berbatov was huge that year.
But when I say Scholes was, I think Passenger is very harsh, yeah? And I said that for the camera. What I say is, I think his impact is overrated because if he was that good, you don't get left out of a Champions League final. I'm sorry, and he wasn't even that old. If he was as good as people say, you don't get left out.
He wasn't that old, but this is Ferguson's problem. He started changing things. But anyway, you know what? Hey, where's the camera? Scholes is number 1. 2 cameras. Alright, cool. Alright, we're done. Thank you for watching. Let us know who your top 5 midfielders in Premier League history is. It can be the 5 we mentioned: Scholes, Lampard, Gerrard, Vieira, or Yaya, Toure. It can be any of those. If you think someone else deserves to be in there, let us know, like, comment and subscribe.